All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's hear what Ben Shapiro had to say. He destroys Barbie for 43 minutes.
Right,
Fucking loser.
For those of you who can't wait that long, I'm going to give my review of the Barbie movie in the most Oppenheimer fashion.
What the f? Run.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, here's the thing. Like, here's the problem with Ben is like 45 years old, first of all, and has children. Here's the issue with Ben doing something like this. Because his entire life is so fucking like nerdy and like serious and takes himself so seriously, when he tries to pull like bits like this, especially when like the bit is about reviewing the fucking Barbie movie, it comes across insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, dude, just leave that up to other people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't spend your whole fucking shitty ass conservative commentary career trying to take yourself super seriously and then do this. Like, Steven Crowder would do a better job with this. Okay.
So the things I do for my audience, my producers dragged me to go see Barbie Movie.
Yeah, they dragged him.
Barbie the movie. And I have thoughts. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Let me begin with my generalized assessment of the movie. This movie is not just a piece of shit. This movie is a flaming piece of dog shit piled atop an entire dumpster on fire, piled atop a landfill filled with dog shit. It is one of the worst movies.
I mean, this is like his wet ass P-word moment. I feel like he has to be aware. I think he's doing this as a bit. Like, he knows he's like an insufferable fucking nerd, and like he's playing the role of the insufferable fucking nerd, right? There's no way someone could get this triggered over like probably one of the most basic ass, like painfully vanilla movies of all time.
Movies I've ever seen. On every possible level, it is a horrific movie. The only thing that can be said for this film is production design. The production design is really nice. The costumes are really nice. Also, it's really hard to screw that up. It's really hard to screw that up because you literally have this to model after. All you have to do is this, but big, okay? It's really not tough. But put aside all of the beautiful costumes, which is there for the ladies, and all of the production design and the Barbie universe and all of that. Every joke that happens in this film happens basically within the first 45 seconds of the film. So, for example, Barbie turns on the water and there's no water. Ooh, because, you know, like in Barbie house, there's no actual water. Do you get it? And then she drinks, but there's no actual liquid in the actual cup. Oh my God, because she's a Barbie doll. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's all the jokes. There are no more jokes for the rest of the film.
I think it's kind of cool.
The movie's a shit show. Okay, so conceptually,
It's not supposed to be funny, right?
He said the movie's a shit show, bro. He's talking about the Barbie movie. Hypothetically speaking, he does watch a lot of Disney movies and gets mad at them too. So this is like right in his wheelhouse. I just realized, like,
I mean, unironically, not unironic, whatever the word is. I want to go see Barbie after what he just said. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I also wanted to see it anyway. And the fact that like conservatives are trying desperately to figure out something to get mad at over it is pretty funny. Makes it better.
Movie is a shit show. I want to ask this. Who is the intended audience for this film? Who's the intended audience for this film? So I'll tell you who the intended audience for this film is. And I can tell two ways. One, the previews on the film, and two, the people in the audience. So the intended audience for this film is moms and their 8-year-old daughters. That's the intended audience for the film. I know because the previews for the film were all kids' movies. I'm talking like G or PG rated kids' films. We're talking like teenage...
Dog, it's a PG-13 movie. Yeah, no shit. Who the fuck plays with Barbies, you fucking idiot? Why did you go to a PG-13 movie and freak out that, like, the intended audience is for children? Yeah. It's one of those things where a lot of people that make stuff for kids, okay, and, like, teenagers and whatever, they will usually try to make two separate movies in one, okay? They'll try to make it so that, like, there's funny, subtle humor for adults that kids can't really pick up on, so that the parents that are in there watching don't lose their fucking minds sitting through an entire movie, okay? That's usually the goal with children's movies. That's why there's, like, when you do a revisit to older works, from from your childhood, you'd be like, what the fuck? I can't believe they said that in this movie. But like when you're a kid, you don't really understand it. Now, Barbie also is a little bit different than that because like it's done by Greta Gerwig, right? I mean, she's like a respectable auteur, director. So like it's supposed to be consumed by a wide range of ages. It's more so consumable for children, but it's still for young adults and adults in general.
Mutant Ninja Turtles or Trolls 4 or whatever it is. Those were all the previews, right? All the previews are actually directed at what the audience is supposed to be for this film. And
yeah, there are genital jokes. Of course there are genital jokes. It's like, it's Barb. It's Barb. Barbie's got no barbussy, I'll tell you that. 34MKD50, thank you for the 50 gifted subs.
if you look in the audience, it's a bunch of moms, like youngish moms, middle-aged moms, with their like 6, 7, 8-year-old girls. That's the entire crew.
I used to
This
think my
movie's
male
not made
Barbies
for
were hot.
any of those people.
I
In
think
fact,
it's
this
my
movie is
first,
made for no one. This
Oh my, wait, what did you say?
I used to think my male Barbies were hot. Like I like the 6-pack Barbies.
I mean, yeah, you're gay, dog.
I know, but that was like my first.
Austin.
I know, but like back.
I gotta
back in
tell
the
you
day-
something. I gotta tell you something.
What?
You're a homosexual.
I know. But like this is like my first. Like I didn't know I was gay at the time.
Would you look at like G.I. Joes and you're like, damn, they're fucking sexy.
No, but I used to. My Barbies would make love usually. You ever do that? Come on, that was a common thing.
I did not have Barbies.
I didn't either. I mean, I would borrow
You
them.
just explained that you had a Barbie
I had
and a Ken.
Barbies.
I had no Barbies and no Ken. Wait, you had Barbie? That's why you're gay, dog. Because your parents let you play with Barbies.
It's true.
You're
It's
a woman
true.
now.
I know. I know.
That's kind of wild.
I also had one of
No.
those kitchens.
I never wanted my parents would have let me have them if I wanted Barbies. I'm sure they wouldn't give a fuck, but like I always wanted like significantly gayer toys, which is burly men, like muscular burly men with machine guns.
You didn't like big boob toys, big breasted.
No, I didn't have any. The first time I had like sexy ass toys was Street Fighter characters. I had like did I have a Chun-Li? I think. Let me show you what I had. Let's see if I can find it. With like many points of articulation, which was huge. I also had a Cammy I had a Cammy, yeah.
My friends and I used to. Well, this is video game wise. Did everybody play? Was it Mafia? What was the
Mafia is a video game,
What
yes.
was the video game with like the porn magazines in it? It was like one of those movies, Mafia or
I don't remember.
L.A. Noir.
But yeah, this was
Was it
one of like
Mafia?
the first sexy
Mafia 2?
toys I had.
Mafia 2, yeah, that was so sick.
31 points of articulation. Look how sick that is with like changeable hands too. But anyway,
Guess
I didn't really have any of that. There have been at least 2 Brazilian men who dropped thousands to look like Ken.
Holy shit!
That's awesome. Brazil activities. All right, let's continue.
This movie is going to make a bunch of money week 1 because the marketing effort has been extraordinary. I mean, whoever's the marketing team over at Warner Brothers is doing an amazing job. Week 1, this thing is going to clean up at the domestic box office. My prediction is going to just absolutely fall off a cliff after that. The repeat business on this movie is going to be non-existent because it was written by 2 people who are so smart.
Wait, does he think that like people that wait, what? Does he think that
People
like
just
the
go back.
second week people are it's not new people watching? He thinks that like usually the second week is all like repeat watchers. Is that what he's saying?
Oh man.
Cuz like I'll give you an example. I wanted to see Barbie last night. I couldn't because it's motherfucking sold out for like 2 weeks, okay?
It's because we're in fucking West Hollywood. That's why. Of course,
It's
it's sold
also-
out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's basically like
Barbie's sold out for the next 2 decades in West
it's
Hollywood.
basically people that want to see it immediately versus like people that want to see it bad versus people that like don't really care as much but like still want to see it. You know what I mean? It's like it's sold out everywhere. So a lot of people will definitely see it next week and it will be first time watchers. I am genuinely shocked that Ben doesn't understand this concept. Anyway, let's
smug and
continue.
self-satisfied, and Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, that they have no audience. I mean, like, who thought it's a great idea? Let's bring on the people who wrote Lady Bird and Marriage Story to make a movie about a plastic doll that is generally played with by 5 to 9-year-old.
This is where I have to interject once again and explain something very important. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. But the other thing I have to mention is that Ben is a failed screenwriter. Ben grew up in Hollywood. He wanted to be in Hollywood, and he's a fucking failure. So for that reason, he always has so much disdain and hatred for anything in Hollywood. But you know what he doesn't have? The knowledge of how the industry works. So every single time he says like, I can't believe they brought in Noah Baumbach or Greta Gerwig for Barbie. It's like, yeah, that's the point, you fucking idiot. They did that on purpose. Like they wanted to make it different than just like a basic ass Barbie movie. Okay. That's the reason why they chose to do that. Why the fuck are you sitting over being like, I know a lot better than everybody else? That's what is that, Ben? Is that the reason why your movie grossed $800 on the fucking first week that it came out, you know, in movie theaters?
$800.
$800 fucking dollars, Ben? Is that why your movie made $800 and Barbie has made like 800 million? Shut the fuck up about the decisions that people in Hollywood are fucking making. The fuck do you know? We know that we can compare your work, your attempts at making Hollywood shit, okay, versus actual Hollywood studios.
Peace out, guys.
So the basic idea of the film, they really have no basic idea of the film. They don't know whether they hate Barbie or that we're supposed to kind of like Barbie. It seems they kind of despise Barbie as a fascist emblem, as we'll get to. The basic sort of premise of the film, politically speaking, is that men and women are on two sides of the divide, and they hate each other. And literally the only way you can have a happy world is if the women ignore the men and the men ignore the women. That seems to be the final outcome of this film. I was trying to separate this into problems with plot and problems with character.
I need to watch this movie so I can like shit on him even better. Cause like I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know how fucking media illiterate Ben is being here. I'm willing to bet that that's not the main premise. Okay. Like I'm pretty certain that's not what the movie is trying to tell you. I haven't even watched it and I know that that's not what the movie's fucking trying to tell you. Cause let's be real, that would be kind of shitty. That would be a premise that Ben Shapiro would come up with. Okay, that would be a Ben Shapiro ass movie, and this is not a Ben Shapiro ass movie. This is Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig, so I'm pretty sure that that's not what's going on.
And problems with the politics of the film, but they're all intertwined because the thing is just a mess. It doesn't make any sense. Plot-wise, it makes no sense. Character-wise, it makes no sense. So let's just go through it from the beginning. Okay, there's gonna be lots of spoilers, but believe you me, I'm about to save you so much time because this movie is 2 hours. It feels like it is longer than the Wagnerian ring cycle. It does not end. Every scene is at least 2 minutes too long. Every single scene, every beat is 2 minutes too long. It is a bad film. Put aside the politics, like really. I was sitting there with a bunch of my producers. I'm a little bit more political than my producers. My producers were watching this, putting the politics aside. It is a bad movie. So why is it getting 91% on Rotten Tomatoes? Because the way that it works for the reviewers is if you have the right politics, and those politics are sufficiently.
Hate watching with 30K people with one comment here. Oh, there's a 15-minute sex scene. What are they doing? Are they bumping ugly? Like they're bumping their bumps together? Like I don't understand. Got a gender equality message that seems pretty great. Barbie hits the Ozempic vape. Barbie is actually a good example of a society men want versus what women want. Men's idea of an ideal society is domination and subjugation of women. In women's ideal Barbie world, men just don't matter and women have no interest in dominating them. They're just there. Meanwhile, the Kens literally do nothing but simp for the Barbies. That's it. And the only good man in the movie isn't even a Ken. He's a dopey, effeminate, bumbling beta named Alan. My favorite part of the Barbie movie is when her and Ken finally made it to each other, and before they held hands, they turned and pledged allegiance to Xi and promised to return Taiwan to the mainland. My friend saw the movie. She said it was peak lip shit, rad lib feminism. She's an ML for context. Have you seen this trailer? It gives you the general direction of the movie. Wait, no. The trailer was confusing as fuck. What do you mean?
Since the beginning of time.
This is the 2001 A Space Odyssey trailer. It was so confusing.
The first little girl ever existed. There have been dolls. But the dolls were always and forever baby dolls.
Yeah, isn't the whole point of Barbie that like it's not like teaching girls at an early age skills of child rearing, and instead it's like a figure to aspire to be, which is why its inception, like its origination, is literally controversial for that reason. And Ben Shapiro, of course, is weirdly enough oblivious to that reality. So that's like the whole point. Barbie's supposed to be a figure of aspiration, which is why throughout time, like what Barbie is and what Barbie has become has changed as well. I assume that the Barbie movie touches on that, which is why these people are so fucking upset about it without realizing that like that's what you have allowed your children to play with for the for their childhood. The way they portray the Mattel CEO in this movie, it's so self-aware, but Mattel doesn't just give a fuck, and why would they? It sells more Barbie like it's supposed to. Yeah. Fun fact, no women speak until 20 minutes into Oppenheimer, and then within a minute there's a sex scene. This is so awesome. Yeah, fuck the Barbie discourse. The funniest things that have come out is the Oppenheimer discourse, where I saw a tweet where it was like, watch the Oppenheimer movie. There's not a single Japanese person in it. And it's like, yeah, because it's like supposed to be about Oppenheimer. Like, like I understand that. And, you know, I've spent a long time fucking criticizing, America's use of nuclear weapons. But like, even I see it. Like, I get it. Like, it's wholesome Barbie movie content, stream cleanser. Ken musical number, just Ken exclusive.
I just don't know who I am without you.
You're Ken.
But it's Barbie and Ken. There is no just Ken. Doesn't seem to matter what I do.
Dude, he is so fucking peeled. It's stupid. God damn it, Ryan Gosling.
I'm always
like, let me tell you something, okay? We always are talking about how, like, oh my God, this is like aspirations for an unachievable body type for women. Like, what are we doing? What are we gonna do about women? All this shit. Okay. How about for men? How about that? Okay. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, dude. You know what? I'm just like Ben, dude. Ben's just like me for real. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hypothetically, Ryan Gosling having such juicy pecs at the age of 42 is frustrating to me because he looks tanned, he looks toned, and also men can't look like that sometimes. It's very difficult to become a man that looks like that. It's not attainable, and I'm very frustrated.
I'm always number two. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain. They're driving me insane. All my life been so polite. 'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just kidding. Where I see love.
This is the fit that Ben Shapiro literally wore, okay? Big Cuomo sexual energy. The main trailer. Okay, we'll watch this. We'll finish this and then more.
What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just kidding, and I'm enough, and I'm great at doing stuff. So hey, check me out, yeah, I'm just kidding, baby.
Show a picture of feet flash on screen every so often on your second monitor, then gaslight AOC into thinking that she's just seeing things. That might be fun content, maybe. Okay, we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. We're not going to do that, okay?